And what is your thoughts about the decision that people can make to become entrepreneurs using it?
Well, it's interesting. I'm doing this program right now, and I got a room, of a couple thousand people from 44 countries. They're all business owners. Some of them are businesses that are approaching $1 billion. Some of them haven't even started yet, right? They're just picking their business. So it's really variety. And one of my goals in that event is to actually get people to not go in business. And the reason it sounds horrible is someone spends $10,000, and I told them up front, some of you are not made for this, because to run a business requires a certain natural capacity, a nature, if you would, besides skills that you learn. And it's the ability to handle risk. It's the ability to handle stress. It's the ability to do a lot of different things. And you have to be able to manage finance. Most people, they have some of those skills. And that's why every year, 50% of businesses that start are out of business. You look at over any 5-year period of time, 80% are out of business, and over a 10-year period of time, only 4% make it. Now, make it, Eric, doesn't mean that they're making any money, right? That just means they're still standing. 96% fail, and after 10 years, you're set, right? No. Look at Lehman Brothers, right? Around for a century. They did combined $1 trillion in revenue over that century, and they're gone. So the world, technology changes, products and services changes, it's so competitive. So to really be successful, it's a really unique situation. What's beautiful about network marketing is you get all the benefits of being an owner, but you don't have to be worrying about supply chain. You have to be worried about accounting, especially in the world we're in today. Network marketing used to be a little bit more different, but today with technology, you can know what's happening in real time. The companies have already set up the software, they know what happens. So it's really picking the right company, and there's a lot of great companies in that area. And it's really realizing that you're really a value creator. If you can go out and add value to other people's lives, if you can just introduce people to a product or a service that a company you represent that truly is extraordinary, some products and services can't just be thrown up on Amazon. They need the story to be told. And if you found a product or service of that nature, and you got a company that has a generous schedule of being able to reward you, and then you begin to get where it's not just you, where you multiplied your efforts to other people, then you get all the benefits of being a business owner without all the headaches and without the same level of risk. And so I think network marketing is amazing. Now, network marketing has a mixed reputation, and we all know that, right, in the marketplace. And anybody goes out there, what are you doing? You got to own yourself as a professional. I think that's why I'm supportive of what you do, because you're not just pumping people up, you're giving people real skill sets to be a pro. If you're a dabbler in anything, you're not going to succeed. So I don't think you should have the delusion that network marketing is the way to get rich if you're just going to try it. This is something you got to commit to and say, this is my profession. I'm going to be better than anybody else in this area. I'm going to get the skills and the ability, and I'm going to hone my talents, and I'm going to build my teams, and I'm going to constantly get better. But I don't have to take the risks of starting a business traditionally, and I don't have to be good at all those things that make it so hard for the vast majority of humans never to be able to succeed. And again, in this business, you don't have to wait to start making money. You don't have to hope that you can cover all that overhead. That overhead is being covered by the company. So I'm a big fan of network marketing, always have been, and I think the real thing is making sure you pick the right company and that you continue to grow your skill sets.
The constant never-ending improvement, what you've talked about for forever.
That's correct.
Right? This concept that you're always going to be getting better at your skills, you're always going to be getting better at your mindset, you're always going to be getting better at how you communicate with your groups, how you're building teams.
Yeah. The challenge is people get into something, anything, and in the beginning it's exciting. Of course it's exciting. You join this new company, you have this new opportunity, you get a new relationship, even a new job is exciting in the beginning. But then there's the law of familiarity. If you get around anything enough, you start to take it just a little bit for granted. And you just can't do that with your own business. And that's really what network marketing is, your own business. You got to say, this is never-ending improvement for me. And I'm hooked. I'm hooked on this idea that I can get better and better. My income is not limited by my time, because I can now produce results to other people as well. And I don't have to spend my time doing things I really don't want to do, like accounting and shipping and all those other elements. So I think if anybody's listening to this and they're on the edge, don't do it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, step up. If you can't step up, it's the wrong thing for you. But network marketing makes it the easiest that I know of to step up if you become a pro.
Now, you're talking about, in Business Mastery, this event you're doing right now, you're talking about giving people the best practices of everything happening in the world.
That's correct.
And from you, and also a collection of experts sharing ideas. Just to entrepreneurs in general, and you're an entrepreneur, wildly successful entrepreneur, and you work with and are friends with many, many of the top entrepreneurs in the world. What are a few of the common attributes of the super successful entrepreneurs that you've seen that might not be the obvious ones that come to mind?
Well, gosh, I'll give you one example because I was just talking to him yesterday. Mark Benioff's a dear friend of mine, and he runs a company called Salesforce.com. Mark went to my Unleash the Power Within event about 15 years ago. He went to it 3 times. It's repetition's the mother skill. He immersed himself in it. Again, a pro, not going to do something average. Comes up to me and introduces himself and says, Tony, he said, you've changed my life. I'm working for Oracle. I'm leaving. I'm starting this company, Salesforce.com. We're going to change the business world. I'll never forget. So we're going to do $100 million in business. I was teasing the other night. He's going to do $7 billion this year, right? And I've been on that 15-year journey with him. What do they have in common? They have a sense of something they want to serve greater than themselves. The only challenge sometimes in network marketing, and I think what gives it a bad reputation for some people, is you get people in there that really act like they're doing it for something larger than themselves, but it really is only them. Now, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to profit and be successful, but motive does matter. And the most successful entrepreneurs have a motive that includes themselves, but they want to do something that's going to change the world, make the world different. It's like, when you're trying to meet your own needs, you get a certain level of insight. If you're trying to meet the needs of your family, you get a different level of insight because life supports whatever supports more of life, more people. If you're trying to support your community, different insight. If you're trying to have an impact on the world, it's even larger. And I found in network marketing, you find a few missionaries that are like those other entrepreneurs that it really is their mission. They'd honestly do it for free. And they want to make money, and they do make money. But if you're only doing it for the money, the unfortunate part is people sense that, and then they feel like it's just a transaction as opposed to an experience of added value. There's only one way on earth to really become wealthy, and that is do more for others than anybody else is doing. And if you can find a way to do that through your vehicle, like network marketing, there's no limit. But people sense what's really driving you, and you can't fake it because people's bullshit meters today are so big because everything's bullshit. Reality television is bullshit. It's even fake. So if you can just be raw and real and connect your mission, that is not to say that you're not going to benefit. Hell, I'm fortunate enough now. I got 21 companies. I got 12 I actively manage. We're approaching $6 billion in revenue here, and I'm a guy that started out, in a 400 square foot bachelor apartment in Venice with no business background. But what has been my driving force is every industry, every company I've been to, it's like, I'm on a mission to create massive improvement and change. And I don't just say that shit. If you want to know who I am, you don't have to watch how my lips move, watch how my feet have moved for, 3.5 decades, actually 38 years now. I started when I was 3, I think. But that's it. Find your mission, find a motive greater than yourself, and ironically, you will do incredibly well yourself as well.
Yeah, I found that same thing's absolutely true. I want to transition to a project talking about giving, talking about helping other people.
Yes.
I've been waiting for a lot of years for a new book from you.
Yes.
All right, you guys. So that was a great intro. Sorry for the technical difficulties in the beginning, but man, he dropped some major nuggets. So let's get some nuggets. What you got for us, Rox?
Hello, everybody. So I love this video. I love Tony Robbins. So I loved how he was talking about network marketing and how it's funny because we had some calls just the other day, and I remember talking about this. Like before Herbalife, I was a waitress. I waited tables for 10 years, and prior to that, I don't have high school. I didn't graduate from high school, and I don't have any college background. So I didn't do any of those things. So whenever I found Herbalife, I truly saw an opportunity for the average person to be able to make it. And that's where I really I fell in love with everything that Herbalife and just this business model has to offer, because it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter. Nothing absolutely matters. All that matters is your willingness, your desire, and your drive to not only help yourself, but like he said, help other people. And through that, it's giving other people the opportunity of what you've come across. And there's nothing greater. It's like I was talking the other day, there's nothing greater than seeing people not only change their physical appearance, but really take on this opportunity and change a whole trajectory, not only for themselves, but for their whole family and the trajectory of lives of other people. Because truly, whenever you become successful in network marketing, right? It's not just you becoming successful, you're helping a whole team, a whole organization becomes successful as well. And in turn, like changing so many lives. So like, that's why I truly love like our business model, because again, it doesn't matter like your background, what you have or who you are, like none of that matters. All that matters again is your willingness, your desire, your drive, and your willingness to work hard. Because like he said, it's not like this thing that you're going to get rich overnight. Like, no, you have to choose and you have to decide to become a professional inside of this profession, because ultimately it can be a career. But like he said, if you treat it like if you've been dabbling your whole life and you jump from thing to thing, then you're not going to be successful. And it's not that network marketing doesn't work. It's just that you're a dabbler and you chose not to become a professional inside of this profession. And what does it take to become a professional? It takes a whole lot of skill. It takes a whole lot of grit. It takes a whole lot of working on yourself and really willing to develop the skills necessary in order for you to be able to support so many different kinds of people. Because inside of what we do, you're not just working with one kind of person that's just like you and that's just going to go and they're going to understand absolutely everything. Like, no, you're going to work with so many different people. And inside of you working with so many different people, there's going to be people that you work with who may have different limiting beliefs from another different person. So you need to learn how to work with all of these kinds of people, from your clients to your distributors. But it takes a willingness to learn the different skill sets and not get frustrated and just go ahead and give up and say this thing doesn't work. Like, no, you don't work. Sorry. But that's true. So yeah, those were my takeaways.
Great takeaways. Rox was getting passionate. I really love this video. His events, Tony Robbins, if you've never been, you gotta check them out. Unleash the Power Within, changed our life. We walked on fire, all this craziness. But really, one of the biggest things, like you said, in network marketing, you get all the benefits of being an owner without all the responsibility. And this is really key to understand, because guess what? A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs or owners or be their own boss. You know why? Not because it sounds cool, not because you want to work hard. Most people want it because of the freedom that is possible with it. They want the outcome. They don't. It's like everybody wants the abs. Everybody wants the, the toned muscles. Not everybody wants the hour gym every day. Not everybody wants to say no to that extra piece of cake when they give it to you for free on your birthday at the restaurant. People want the outcome. And you got to realize that if you want the outcome, the smarter way to figure it out is, how can I get to my outcome without giving up everything on the way? Because you can have the money, the freedom, the abundance, the house, the car. But if you give up your health for it, if you give up your time for it, if you give up your family for it, if you give up your youth for it, if you give up your greatest years for it, if you give up your passion for it, is it worth it? So you got to understand that. I love what this said, you guys, because this is truly the power of network marketing. The only way Roxy and I are able to work from home or work from anywhere or take our business from Los Angeles to Miami at the drop of a dime is because we didn't have to have a warehouse with all the Herbalife products. We didn't have to do the research for the Herbalife products. We didn't have to put the label together. We didn't have to do the clinical trials. We didn't have to get the scientists. We didn't have, like, somebody really asked me when I started Herbalife, why don't you make your own supplements? And I was like, why the hell would I do that? Like, you know how long it takes to create a supplement? You got to create the product. No, let me back up. You got to go to the school to understand the biochemistry to create a food product. That's about 4 to 6 years. Then you got to create the product. That's another year or two. Then you got to go through the test of the product, make sure it tastes good, that it gets the results you're claiming it gets. You have to take clients through, you have to take prospects through trials. That's why we have the disclaimer, the average person loses between a half a pound and a pound. They had to take people through trials, pay for the prospects in the trials, pay for the doctors, pay for all that product. Then you get a product, then you got to fix what's in the trials and all the tests you just ran. And on top of that, you got to make sure it tastes good. Then you got to make sure it tastes good in a lot of different flavors because people are picky. I don't like cookies and cream. I don't like vanilla. How you don't like vanilla? It's vanilla. Like, that's how I be telling people, like, yo, it's vanilla. How you don't, like, that's nothing flavored. They're like saying I don't like chicken. Chicken tastes like everything. I don't eat chicken anymore. But I'm like, yo. So when they asked me that, I was like, why would I do that? It's already here. and they're letting me in on the deal. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just take it and run. So when you really understand that, if you want that now, if you want to just make products and you want to be in the lab making stuff, that's your passion, then you will go that route. 99% of people don't want that. They want the freedom. So remember that when people say, oh yeah, isn't it that pyramid thing? You're like, no, it's network marketing. I'm a professional. Because you understand what your company did for you to be able to give you that opportunity. You heard what he said. You ain't got to take care of the background, the warehousing. You ain't got to ship the products nowadays. You ain't got to do your accounting. You ain't got to pay your team. You don't got to train your team. They do the LDWs. You don't got to do the promotions. You ain't got to do the vacations. You don't got to do the branding. It's like, wow. You guys, a vitamin shop, a Nutri shop, a smoothie bar, 60 to 80,000 to 100,000 to start your own. 60,000 to 80,000 to 100,000 to start your own. Herbalife distributor, $95. That's why so many people don't treat it and don't make it in this business. This is why, you guys, we naturally as human beings, we cherish what we pay for or we earn. It's just how we are. That's why when you earn things, it makes so much of a difference for you. Our bodies were given to us. We didn't have to pay for our bodies. The creator, whoever you believe in, gave us our bodies. Our mom too, thanks God to mom and dad. So we'll eat crap. We'll not take care of it, right? Because it was just given to us. Those Jordans you get, remember when you used to clean your shoes with a toothbrush? Anybody used to do that? Get the toothbrush out. I need to keep all these white parts white with the toothbrush because you spent your first $60 or $80 on it or $150. And then in network marketing, when you have the first opportunity where nobody is capping your income, this is the first time in your life probably where you've ever been introduced to truly equal opportunity. Where your age, your race, your gender, your background, your schooling, where you grew up from, your neighborhood, your language, none of it impacts your income or limits it. Only you do. Nobody's going to tell you what time to wake up. Nobody's going to tell you what time to go to sleep. Nobody's going to tell you what time to work. Nobody's going to even tell you how to work. They're not even going to tell you what you have to do. And we are so not attuned to that. We're tuned to being told when we got to wake up, what we got to do, where we got to go, how we got to do it, trying to get it by enough just to make it by to have our freedom outside of it. So we've been programmed. So when the real thing comes up to it, we're like, most people think it's too good to be true, and because they think that, they don't work it. They don't work it. So in this, you've been given the chance, all the benefits in Winona without the responsibility. But the key is you've got to grow your skill set. Nobody ever said you didn't have to work inside of network marketing. This is a question to put on your paper. As a professional in my field, how am I getting better? How am I adding value to my clients and my team? Remember, he said, do more for others than anyone else is willing to do. You guys, Herbalife didn't call us and say, hey, can you guys do a triple M? Herbalife didn't call us and say, hey, can you guys do like some client threads for your clients? They'd really appreciate that. Herbalife didn't say, hey, can you guys do like client calls? Herbalife didn't say, hey, can you guys do mentoring with your new distributors? You guys, Herbalife doesn't call you and tell you that. You've got to think in your head, how can I add more value to others than anyone else is adding? And you guys, value number one starts with effort. Effort, the call, the text, the reach out, the creating of something, the creating something, a structure to help your people, a workout guide, a meal plan, a video motivation, whatever it is, a client recognition post, whatever it is for you. How are you creating more for them than anybody else is willing to create? Because what he said was powerful. He said some products need more than just being thrown up on a shelf. They need the story to be told, and they need the support to be given. That's why Herbalife is here. So such a powerful thing. And really the biggest thing that's coming up for me is, how are you working on yourself as a professional in this career? If you want professional level income from your business and you want to be a business owner that's a successful business owner, how are you working towards that every single day? You're on Triple M or watching a recording. That's step one. Powerful. Kudos to you. But now you got all these hours left in the day, and how are you going to invest them? So let's get a few live takeaways. I'm going to call on somebody new that I've never seen takeaway. Let's see. I'm loving all these faces. Everybody's really focused. I love it. Let's see. Let's get a newcomer, Vanessa Marie. Let's get it. Give us one takeaway from Triple M. There you go.
One of them is can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. The one that I really like is that it's never-ending improvement. You're consistently improving yourself, and you're also just always learning and finding a way to improve yourself as well.
I love it. Continuous and never-ending improvement. I feel like so many people, because we got out of school or out of college or whatever grade you stopped at, and the test stopped. Remember, you didn't need to get the A anymore. You were like, yo, I'm done. No book ever again. I'm never taking a test again. And the universe is like, yo, you're in Earth school. Everything is your teacher. This is your life's curriculum. You think that was your last test? That's probably what God is saying, or the creator, whoever you believe. You gotta think that was your last. That's your easiest test. That's a paper test. So, all right, let's get somebody else. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share. Thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share your takeaway. I'm looking. Who's excited? Give me a thumbs up or smile. I'm looking around. Who's going to give a major nugget? Everybody's thinking deep. Anna, what do you got? Give me a takeaway.
Hey guys, first off, I love Tony Robbins. He's really good. And I'm super jealous that you got to see him live. But my takeaway was stepping up and getting serious. You're always going to be on a track of learning and going through different lessons in life, whether it's through like friends, business, whatever. And I follow a lot of people on Instagram who are Herbalife distributors, and I see like how they grow their business and things like that. And I try to implement things that they are doing, because if they're successful, like I can be successful like with the same thing. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I just watched someone hit Prez team, and just to like see how that's possible for anyone, you just really have to be serious about like your network marketing and your business growth. And I've been in Spain for about 4.5 months. I've been studying abroad, and I haven't had access to an event. And to be honest, like my fire is very dull right now. So I'm excited to go home and get serious again and really push, because honestly, like I have 1 more year left of school, and I really never want to have to clock into like a 9-to-5 job. Even though I will have a degree in teaching, but I can always just use that for something else. So I really liked this Triple M, because it reminded me like, okay, it's time to get serious and like keep growing and working and like bettering yourself with your results, your mindset, and all that. So yeah.
Love it. Absolutely. And really, it's so powerful that in school, Anna's still focused and plugged in and really making sure that she has that plan when she gets out. So I love it. All right, we're going to get one more takeaway. I see the fit mom focus, Madi, focus with the glasses. I love it. Give us one quick takeaway. You might have to come off mute. There you go. What do you got for us?
So my takeaway is don't watch my mouth moving. Watch my feet walk, like going. And it's just exactly what I'm implementing. Like I'm getting into that set of time where I need to take it more seriously, because work is very, very like keeping me very busy, and that's something I don't really want for me or my daughter. So I just need to keep. I was just this morning on my faster cardio, when I was like listening to my personal development, I heard like start your distractions and feed your ambition, like your what you really want in life. So that's what I'm.
Love it. Fit mom focus. Faster cardio, Triple M. Man, she about to kill it today, you guys. That's truly what it is, you guys. You guys got to water the garden that you want to sprout. Like, look, this is what you do at a job. You look at who's your boss, who's been there a few years longer than you. And you say, would I want their position? Because you're looking down the path that you're walking on. And if you want to trade places with your boss, then keep going down the path. If you don't, then you can't keep putting all your energy into walking down the path because you're going to end up there. Like for me, I had a boss that had 4 kids, never got to see them, was always stressed out, didn't even look healthy. And I was like, hey, do I really want to do that for a couple more dollars an hour that taxes are going to take most of it anyway, to have more stress? Like one of the internships I had, dude told me they called him at like 2 in the morning because something broke. I was like, they call you at 2 in the morning? If they called me at 2 in the morning, I'd be like, yo, I'm not coming in right now. It's 2 in the morning. He's like, man, it's just what we got to do at work. I'm like, I don't want your job. I don't want that. And then I came into Herbalife. Roxy and I, we saw our mentors and the leaders in Herbalife. I was like, they look healthy. They're like glowing. They're smiling. They love what they do. They're making more money than we make in a year, like in a month sometimes. You know, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. And I'm like, yo, I want to trade places with all them. Let me get on this path. And really, that's what you guys got to understand. Any path that you're on, that you invest in, will take you somewhere. Make sure it's where you want to go. That's what is the key to life. So fired up, you guys. I'm going to take everybody off mute. Make sure you pay forward your nuggets today on a post, your Instagram story. Invite everybody to Triple M next Monday. Share the recording. And let's go, you guys. It's massive, massive May. I'm going to take everybody off mute. Where's the energy at? Let's go! Let's go, you guys.